that guy at IBM would be Bill Gates. But
There you go.
just as a throw out there.
I think Mark Zuckerberg is an alien.
He looks like a reptilian.
Yes, he
I
does look like-
I saw when he was in front of Congress. He does not know how to drink water. He
No,
literally.
he doesn't.
This is it. This is it. He didn't drink. He tipped it back and then pulled it away. Like
Or
what?
That
What
fucking
you
video when Facebook Live started,
Mm-hmm.
and he was
Oh yeah,
smoking brisket.
Smoking meat.
Yep,
Smoking meats,
briskets.
smoking briskets. Me and my boys smoking meats. I love smoking meats, smoking briskets, smoking meats, smoking ribs. Love smoking meats. It's like, shut the fuck up. We get it.
He looks so freaking alien in that, you know.
It looked very computerized. You know, like he didn't know how to react. And the guys who were with him looked like a fucking film crew,
He's
director
socially awkward,
guys.
for sure.
Yeah. I want to be his friend.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to rip on it. Yeah.
Well, you
Mr.
know
Mark
you're friends with
Zuckerberg.
Tom on MySpace.
I'm always friends with Tom on MySpace. Did you know that Mark Zuckerberg has 2 houses on the same lake?
Why? Are they next to each
Exactly.
other?
They're pretty close to each other. They're both on Lake Tahoe. And, I mean, talk about a guy who has money and doesn't know what to do with it. These
Right.
houses are rough.
Wow.
Like, I'm not a fan of these houses. They're good. They have a lot of potential. They are gorgeous homes externally. Inside, it's like you just went to, no offense, went to just like Walmart and just bought things that were similar in color and filled the fucking house. You know, I need a picture, and then
Right.
just bought a fucking picture instead of looking for.
Or just
hey,
hired
this
an
would go
interior
good with this.
decorator.
Just it's like he hired an interior decorator and said taupe. Like, what the fuck, dude? Hey, you know those rugs that are really shitty? Yeah, can you make a couch out of that? That'd be great. Like, it was just like, what are you doing, bro? Okay, I'm gonna put them on Facebook. I'm gonna look up those houses and I'm gonna put them on our page because it. Oh my god! Look, well,
I got a
not only
question
that,
for you.
real quick, it was like he hired a like the crew showed up and he didn't have time to clean either. Like, shit was organized, but there's just black burns behind his stove. Like, take a minute, wipe some
Right.
shit down. Like, what is going on, bro?
It kind of goes along the lines of what we're talking about. Who do you think's an alien? Famous wise, people in public view.
Like, beyond what we said.
Yeah, you know, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. Who else do you think's an alien? Michael Jackson was probably an alien.
Michael Jackson, at a certain point, I believe, was replaced.
That is true.
Pretty
I believe
basic,
that one,
straightforward,
for sure.
completely replaced.
And that the hardware in the new one kind of broke.
Yeah, oh yeah, he started to rot. I would like, fuck, what's his name? Oh, I have it on my. I saved a picture of it. It's here somewhere. Hold on. There's 3 of them: Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, and fuck. I have the picture here somewhere. It's gonna piss me off, but there is a third, and they're all standing in front of Dracula's castle. It's like, can you
Marilyn
guys just
Manson,
age for a minute? No, it wasn't Manson.
but he's an alien.
It was Matt Perry.
and
It
I
was
don't,
Matt Perry. Someone Perry.
and I don't think any of these people know that they're alien.
Oh, there's that too. I mean, they're
Except for
star
maybe
seeds.
Elon.
Well, they're star seeds. They don't know they're aliens.
Right.
They're just breeders, essentially, roughly.
Bred to be the master race.
Oh my god.
Do you think that's what Hitler
His
was trying
hot-
to go for?
His
When
hot
he
tub
was
looks
trying to
dirty.
eradicate, you know, certain races and stuff? Was he's trying to make the perfect race? When the perfect race is actually alien?
The thing that always blew my mind was the fact that you're talking about Hitler, right?
Yep.
The fact that Hitler was trying to make a master race of white, blonde, blue-eyed, when he was not killing the Jews where he was a Jew. Like,
It was
there's
very
just
hypocritical.
Well, I mean, there's the whole thing like in Serenity, Firefly, Serenity, where they that mercenary bounty hunter guy, he said, "I'm creating a world that's not for me."
Okay.
So it's kind of that people like me cannot be in the new world,
Right.
because he's evil. He's trying to make a world of nice. I mean, Hitler wasn't, but like making it peaceful. Groundbreaking it for people. Whatever. But it wasn't for him. He's going to go retire and die and not contact them people. Was his plan?
Right. Have you ever watched the show The Good Place?
Yeah, all of it.
With the whole like architect scene with
Mm-hmm.
Michael and the all-knowing assistant Janet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where he's pretty much like, I created this, and it almost makes me think of is it Bruce Almighty? When they're on like the metal structure and they're seeing all the beautiful createdness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why I brought that up, The Good Place, but I don't know. I feel like Michael is an alien, like.
Well, he was a demon.
Oh, a demon. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So in the aspect of what I was saying before, not from here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
I guess that's what triggered that, maybe. Good show, though. Very good show. Interesting concept.
Yeah. And I don't think they're done either. I think there's more.
Do you think that the Space Force is... What do you think the Space Force is for?
Well, Reagan started it back in the 80s.
Right.
Why would you have a Space Force if you didn't have space problems?
Right.
You don't...
Space Force sounds aggressive.
Space Force. Join the Space Force today. It's kind of like Starship Troopers. It reminds me of
Space Force
Starship
wants
Troopers.
you.
Yeah. I think it's for what it's for. Like.
Right, but why doesn't people put two and two to fucking together?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's
real.
It's something that was created to protect humans from something that was not from here. Like, you don't need a fucking bodyguard. Like, they're not shooting down meteorites from going through stuff. They're going up there for a reason. They're flying across the planet for a reason. They're not going over to Russia for tea time. It's not because of a ground thing.
Right.
Or they wouldn't be called Space Force. They're enforcing something in space.
Well,
I don't know what else you would need that for.
Right, exactly.
Other than the obvious. Something is up there, and it's aggressive.
Right. And
what, like...
I mean, the way they're talking about it seems, because we need to be the first ones to have occupancy. But
of?
I mean, right. I mean, you go into space and then they talk about negative space, how there's space there between the space that is invisible. If that makes any sense. Black holes and such. Space between the space.
Well, like black hole, wormhole, that's a little different. I think they're more talking about like the dark in between, because sound doesn't travel in space, but for some reason light does, and light acts like a molecule and like a ray, or a radio wave. That's not what I tried to Google. Here's something. You ever notice nobody ever says that's not what I tried to bing?
No.
Nobody says that.
No.
Nobody.
Because it's Google.
Nobody. The only thing that does bing are the Alexa devices. And it's because they had an issue with Google. But then Nest was bought by Google, which, I don't know, there's a whole whatever.
Okay, something weird just happened. I typed into Google space between spaces, and the first thing that popped up says space between spaces. The space between spaces was the origin point for a group of interdimensional beings that visited Earth in a flying saucer and became the gods of the South America Uga tribe.
Fancy.
Yeah, that's... What the fuck? That makes me want to look up this
Uga tribe?
UGHA tribe.
Did you know that in New Zealand...
Indiana Jones fandom.
What?
That's what it's from.
Oh, the Uga? Yes. I got you.
Appearances.
Indiana
Jones in the Kingdom of Crystal Skull.
Yeah. It says it right under it.
I thought
Indiana
that
Jones
was real.
That's awesome. Well, I never heard of the Uga tribe, so I was like, oh, maybe.
Yeah, what's the South American Uga tribe? Let's look that shit up.
That's more of like a void scenario. Space between space would be that's inside of a white, wormhole or something.
The void.
Oh, yeah, because the dude says it. Not into space, into the space between spaces.
Right.
But what about in between those spaces? What about in between those spaces?
Well, I mean, so you got planets, you got rocks, and everything in between, that area that's in between, in gravity.
You talking about
gravity.
Upside down? The upside down?
Oh, totally. But, yes, like you were saying, the light that we can't see, the blank.
The blank be front the blank?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sending you cool pictures. Sorry, I'm not trying to
I was going to say,
you.
you're distracting the fuck out of me right now.
Well, don't look.
And then we got Space Jam. Which
it's
is just
better than it's better than Space Preserves.
I was going to say the jelly is very spacious.
Sticky.
It's got a spacious taste to it. It's very spacey. It's got some Kevin Spacey in it.
Hey. Where are we going with this?
I have no fucking clue.
What are you telling me here?
I think we're out of alien subjects for now. No? You got more?
Well, did you know that there's a SpongeBob game coming out? It's called Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated for the PS4. And it is released the same day
I could care less about SpongeBob.
Hey.
I personally don't think it's good for kids to watch.
2 hours later.
I'm not saying it's not a bad show, but the fact that... Okay, I'm going to compare PBS shows to Nickelodeon shows for a second. Nickelodeon shows, in case, SpongeBob, the scenery and background changes like wrestling. Every 2 fucking seconds. 3 seconds, it changes. When you watch, like, Arthur... the background stays the same for about 10 to 15 seconds, maybe even 20 seconds, and the people move around.
So you're saying better for like brain development, they track that instead of everything else.
Yes, it makes, I believe, more hyperactivity because, the concentration level is scattered.
I don't entirely. I think it is good for training multitasking, paying attention to your surroundings, being aware of over there and what you're talking about. In a way, it could, in the beginning, make it scatterbrained, so I do kind of get that. But it's the whole being aware of everything.
That's like gamers, their brains work at a faster speed.
Yeah, then that's where I'm going with it, yeah.
I can understand that, for sure.
And not only that, there's
and it might explain why so many homeschool kids are socially awkward watching PBS.
Easy, bro. Easy.
I'm just joking.
Ain't no PBS in this bitch.
No?
No.
Nope.
You ever watch one episode of Caillou?
No.
Talk about a fucking asshole.
I've heard my God. Is fucking awful.
I'll tell you this. Okay, so an episode of Caillou, normal length of show, 22 minutes, minusing, commercials and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know what's wrong with him, why he's bald forever. But anyways, In the beginning of the show,
Radiation.
okay.